Students, so in this video we are discussing about another important lesson in sociology, that is socialization. So we want to know our society is a process of socialization. We can learn so much of things in our society. We can see some of the process also. This only they called as a socialization. So before that we want to know the meaning of socialization. Here they say social, a society, this one exists without human beings, or this is the life of peoples. Society means we want to know the common meaning of society, that is the life of peoples. Here especially we want to know who are society and who are the social life of people. Here they say human beings is a social animals. So here they saying first of all society means that is human beings. Human beings are social animals. They are like a category of animal. But when we are discussing about the birth of human beings, we want to know the birth of human beings of that is like animals. Here they say, so when we are discussing about the history of human beings, we also like animals in beginning stage. In beginning stage of human beings are animals. They live same how the animals they live, so they same that like only. But later they transferred as a social beings. In beginning they all are animals, but after that some of the process. So in that process the human beings they understand some of the things. So on that best they have become as now social beings. So these like in beginning stage or in ancient time human beings are animals. After that they transferred as a social beings. So how they become as a social beings? A child, here they say, we can see a child, they start social behaviors in their childhood. We can see in that beginning of stage only the particular person is learning so much of things. So how we want to interact with environment as society, we are learning in that based of so much of process. So this only they give a name as a socialization. So that means that we want to know what is mean by socialization. We all are social beings, not animal beings. We have learned some of the things. So that is only they give a name as a socialization. That means correct definition we want to know what is mean by socialization. Here they are saying the meaning of socialization. Here they are saying the process. This is a process. Socialization. This is a process. So in that process, people they learning social behavior and the process of the social being. First thing they are learning by human beings, that is social behavior. So what was the attitude? What was the behavior in our society we want to adapt? So these are the knowledge they are getting in socialization. And second one here they are saying the process of becoming social being. So how we can different as animals. Because if we have some of the power, some of the facility, we can speak, we can express our emotions, we can say our feelings, we can share it, and we can show the symbols, or we can use as a language as a symbol of, we can share in that language in any feelings or any happiness. So these like they are saying socialization means that is a process. So in that process here they are saying we are learning about social behavior. And second one, process of how human beings they can become as a social being. How human beings they are different to animals. When you are comparing to animals, human beings are different. So these like of process or these like of knowledge we are getting in socialization. And in that socialization means people or child who are there, they start to think and they are talking. They have the power. So they grow under the socialization. They have some of the powers. Before they doing the work, they are thinking. After that only they are doing that work. And next one here is saying, so when these like of decision or this like a process they are doing, thinking after they are talking, so in that based only we can see people they are living in our society. in our society, that is socialized society. That means they are saying we all are social beings, or we are social beings because of before that we are thinking, so after that we are talking. So on that basis we all are social beings. Peoples all are social beings. So that like they say, and we are communicating each others is non-verbally. So that like they say, and we are imitating to others also sometimes. So on that basis we are growing, and we are influencing by social environment also. Peoples, they influenced by social environment. In that environment we are seeing so much of things, so much of contents we are getting, so much of knowledge we are getting. So these are the knowledge we are adapting in our daily life. So this like socialization, this is a process. We are learning so much of things. And a person, if he become as a socialized, a social being, that is based on or the process of socialization. Without socialization, we cannot say the peoples are social beings. If there is no socialization, so we want to live as an animal. And we want to know on that basis we all are social beings because of the process of socialization. And in that society we can see each other's peoples, they have dependency in that process. Each person in our society, we are depend to others. But we cannot see this like a process in animals. Only in some period only we can see this like a process in animals, but afterwards we cannot see this like a process. There is no dependency of animals. They are independent, they are getting food and they are living. But here people, they are not that like. They all are dependent to one to another person. So this like here they are saying socialization means this is a process. In that process we are learning so much of things, and we are showing we are different to animals. We are not animals, we are social beings. So that like we are learning things in socialization. And next one here is saying in that socializations is a process. So in that process, and who are the members in society? Who are the members in our social being society? Based on their quality, based on their qualification, they have some of the duties and responsibility. We can see who are the peoples, human beings are there in our society. We did not given same duties or same respect to all the peoples. No, we did not given. We already divided by based on their quantity. Sorry, based on their qualification, or they based on their personality. So we are divided their duties and responsibility. So because of socialization, we are learned in that socialization. So this duty want to give for only this person. Students means they want to get a knowledge. Who are the head of the family? They have responsibility. They want to owner of that particular family. So these like here they are saying socialization. This is a process. So in that process, who are the members of the society? They all are learning so much of things based on their capacity. They are learning so much of things, and they are learning what are the duties we have, a responsibility. So these are the matters they are learning. And next one here they are saying socialization. This is the continuous process. There is no end point. This one socialization for there is no end point. This is a continuous process. When human beings they birth, so on the day onwards socialization is started. Social actions is came. Till where we can see human beings in our earth, till that much time we can see a process of socialization. There is no end for socialization. That like they say. And next one here, human beings they are getting basic needed things or knowledge they are getting in socialization, and socialization they are giving one of the new shape to the members of that particular society. One is this socialization they are giving basic knowledge to peoples, and second one here they are saying based on their capacity, here they are saying the socialization they shaping a human beings, and they showing and they giving knowledge about how we can react a particular situations. So in that about also socialization they giving knowledge. And next one here is saying, and human beings, they all are become as the social beings because of social behaviors. They observe the nature of the society. So on that based, human beings are become as a now social beings. We could not live as a alone. We all are social beings. We need others' help. Without any other help, we cannot live. So we are become as a social beings. So that means based on socialization. We have family, we have friends, we have a society. We all are living together. So how? Because of we learned in our social activities, or we learned in our social behaviors. So on that based only we have become as a social beings. And next one we want to know what was the functions we can see in socialization. So now we are learned that means what is meant by socialization. Socialization means that is a process. So in that process we are learning about social behavior, and another one we are learning how we can become as a social beings. One is we are learning social behavior. Second one, how human beings they can become as a social beings. So both this only they give a name as a socialization. This one we are understood. So now next one we want to know the functions of socialization. So first one here they say convert human beings into social beings. This is one of the major function of socialization. So are the human beings they giving knowledge by society. What they giving knowledge? How we can each other, we can do help and we can live together in our society, and how we can adapt our daily life in our social beings or in our society. And another one, why could not live alone in our society like animals. If you living like animals, so can possible? No. So these are the knowledge we are getting in a socialization. And second one here they say this one providing a scope of adapting. We are adapting some of the behaviors or attitude. So these are the process of socialization. And second one, imitating and learning man skills. Sometimes we are imitating to others. So what they're doing, that only we are also doing. And sometimes we are learning some of the things to other people. So these like socialization, one of the important process here they say they can adapt some of the skills. And second one here is saying we are imitating to some others because of socialization, and we are learning some of the things. So how? Based on socialization. And third one here is saying develops the social relationship and provide commitment and support the social system. Yes, socialization, one of the important function, that is they encouraging social relationship. Here socialization, one of the important function, that is socialization developing social relationship. That means we want how we can live as a based on relationship, how we can live as a friendly by other human beings in our earth, and how we can become as a social beings. And next one, how we can get our responsibility duties in our society. So these are the matters, these are the knowledge we are getting in socialization. And next one, helps the development of personality, and we have some of the skills also. We have own skills. So how we can getting knowledge about that one particular skills or our personality, that is good or bad. So how we getting knowledge? Because of socialization. Based on the socialization, so we are learning, we are getting knowledge. So based on knowledge, we are developing our personality also. And last one here they say helps the continuity of traditions, and we can see we have our own tradition, our own culture. So we have practiced this one because of socialization. This is a continuous process. So in that process, what in ancient time human beings they learn, so that only still now we are learning. What was the behaviors, our attitude, so how we can adjust with our environment, so how we can react with our situations or environment situations. So these like all the things, how a human being they can live in a as a social beings. So this one we are learning in a socialization. So that like this thing. So now we are understood, that means the definition of socialization and the functions. And next one here they say some of the agencies of socialization. Already we have discussed, so is a process. Socialization means process. In that process only we are learning how we can live in our environment or in our society. So that means we are learning. So where we are learning? Already we have discussed, we are learning some of the things. So in that base only we have developed our personality, our skills, or our knowledge, and our behaviors, attitude. So we have changed. So how we change this one? Where we are learning? So that only is the given agencies of socialization. We are learning how we want to live, how we can become as a social beings. So where we are learning, there are some of the factors, some of the agencies. So in that agency only we are learning so much of things. And here is saying one of the important socialization factor, that is here is saying the elders, because of they have experience. So in that experience they are sharing their knowledge. We done this, like we got failure or success, they sharing the experience. So this is one of the important factor. And not only this one, we can see there are two major aspects we can see in the process of socialization. One is elders, second one is peer groups, means friendship. So both also there's some important factors. So in that both group in only we are getting so much of knowledge how we can live in our society, and how we can develop our personality, our attitude, behavior. So we are learning in these factors. And second one here is saying first groups we can see father, mother, elders and teachers. They are getting so much of things. So we are also getting some of the knowledge. We are learning so much of things. Father, mother, elders and teachers. And second group here they are saying the same aged peoples. Same aged peoples means we can identify as a socialization. We can call it as a friendship. So in the two factors in only, commonly, generally, human beings, they're learning how we can become as a social being. Father and mother, they're giving knowledge, how we can react in our society. So how we can communicate with our society. Same way, elders, they're sharing their experience. And teachers, they're giving some of the knowledge. So in that base, we are getting one of the new shape. See, in that shape only we have become as a social beings. And second one, the same aged people, that means friends. So this is also one of the important agency. So in that agency also we are getting so much of knowledge, how we can react in our society. So in any problem schemes, how we can react, and any situations, or how we can live as a coexistence or cooperation. So how we can develop a cooperation with others. So these are the knowledge, and helping nature. These are the knowledge we are getting in same age peoples. So these, like in the two factors in, we are getting so much of knowledge of socialization. So next one we want to know, here we not only this one, we can see the socialists, they divided as there are different types of agencies of socialization. So that one we want to know one by one. So first one here they given, that is family. Family, this is one of the important process, so important agencies of socialization, because they're getting the important role in the process of socialization. Because of a child in learning, there are so much of things in institution of family. This is the basic knowledge institutions. In that institutions only, we are getting one of the new shape or new personality in human beings. So in that family we can see father and mother are direct blood, and we can see relatives for that particular child. So and these are the peoples, they providing there so much of knowledge or so much of instructions to that particular child. And we can see here mother is the first teacher of a child. So this is one of the important matter. This one literally true also. Literally we can see this one is one of the true point, that is mother is the first teacher of a child. Mother, she mold the particular child and she give one of the new shape to the person, become as a social being. And next one here they say, and they're learning so much of things about the behavior and custom and practice, activities, interactions of father and mother. So in that based, they're getting so much of things. So when they interacting with father and mothers, they're getting some of the knowledge, behavior. So how we can change our behaviors, our attitude, and customs, the dress sense, the dress style. So we have how we change or how we adapted this like of dress style because of our parents, father and mother. And practice, we have our own practice, traditions. So how we learned these are the traditions because of our father and mother, they did. When we were a child, we saw and we adapted that only. Oh, so this only correct because of our father and mother, they're doing this only now. So that means we want to do this only, same things. So that's why. And next one is activities. What they're doing, the activities. So these activities only we also doing in our daily life. So how they learn these are the things because of when they interacting with father and mother. So we have learned these like of things. And not only these are the matters, they're learning so much of values also. Some of the values we are learning in a family. So what was the values we are learning? See, they're saying values like love, concern, faith, patience, cooperation, and coordination. These are the things we are learning in our home. That means in our family. And always family, they appreciating if any person, a child, if they did anything, always family, that one appreciating. So when they appreciating, the child become encouraged and they doing any other works also. And it can grow their personality. So these like appreciation, appreciate. So this one we are learning in the place of family. And next one, so children's how they want to obey to elders or our parents. These are the things also the children, a child learning in a family. And not only this one, and when they, so not only this one, and responsibility, authority and responsibility. So when we want to give, and this is a, already we discussed, this is a continuous process. So after that father, mother, this is responsibility going to the particular child. So the particular child, so when they become as an elder, so he giving that one knowledge to their children. So these like here they saying in that socialization, this is a process. So in that process, in children's, they're learning so much of things. They're learning about values, they're learning about social behaviors, customs, traditions, or activities, and language. So these are the matters. Children's, especially human beings, they're learning in a family. And when they learn, they become as a socialization. So when they become as the person, he become a socialized, so he become as a social being also. And next one here they saying, next one that is here they given as a peer groups. That means same aged group. So this was one of the important group or agency to grow human beings as a socialization or social beings. So here they saying in that peer groups we can see same age children's, friends, classmates and playmates. So this like we can differentiate. This one we can differentiate. Sometimes same age peoples, sometimes we can see friends, classmates and playmates. So these are only peer groups. So in that relationship, so in that peer groups, the human beings are children, they're learning so much of things. Especially here the given one is mutual help, second one is coordination. So both values are both knowledge, children they're getting in peer groups. One is coordination, second one is mutual help. We want to do each other else. This one we are learning in peer groups, and second one coordination. We want to go each others. We want to encourage both. Who are the friends? We want to encourage all the friends. These are the values we are learning. And not only this one, and the learning what was the social behavior we want to adapt in at the same age, because of others people's other same age children's what they're doing, that only this person also is seeing. So after that he also learning that only same things. So this age means we want to talk this like only. Our attitude want to become as a this like, and we want to respect to elders. So these are the things, these are the knowledge we are getting in our peer groups. So these like the two important socializations agencies are very important. One is family and second one is peer groups. And we have discussed about meaning of socialization and functions also. And next class we can discuss about next another topics in agencies of socializations. Okay.